Then they had a rousing game of chess, which taxes the mind, makes you very tired. Yes. All this is 100% accurate, what I'm saying right now. Let's get some lager. I think we need some more of this. And some tarloaf. I think we have some stuff to sell. Let's do it. Let's do a sell before we go here. We keep the daggers. We keep the mace. I wonder if there's going to be anything to buy in the DLCs. Probably. Thankfully, we're going in pretty prepared here. 16 daggers. You know, I'm just carrying that around in my sack here. What are these? All these grimoires? All those. Actually, you know what? We could probably buy a ship upgrade while we're here. Okay. Saw the doubles there. Saw the doubles there. That one. I think that's about it. Okay, let's get, do we even have, yeah, we don't even have an anchor. Is that the best anchor we can get? +5/+5? Yeah. Do we have a helm? We don't even have a helm. Okay, cool. Great! Let's go. I do need to drink some water.
Did you?
Thanks, chat. A god with the agenda tends to put things into perspective. Now more than ever, it is imperative we can commandeer the floating hangman. Okay. Cool. Steward would like to speak with you. Nani? Yeah, I know. We just converted that shipyard into a weaponsmithy, basically. Here. There. There. Achievement decked out unlocked. Nice. Boom, 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 boom. 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 Didn't we get some new... Oh, we didn't complete that quest, so we didn't get the cool reinforcements from the family. Interesting. Okay. All right. Like the wheel? Yeah. Restart the game? I should. I should.
A moment of your time, Watcher, if you will.
Yes, Steward?
Some of the hands discovered an unusual crate in the ship's hold.
What kind of crate?
It is roughly a yard to a side and labelled beans. The hands who noticed it were tasked by the cook to bring up ingredients for the evening's stew.
How did a crate get onto my ship unnoticed?
Unfortunately, the ship lacks the defensive fortifications of Cadnua. A crate could have been slipped aboard at any of our ports of call, assuming it wasn't placed among our goods as we took on supplies.
What kind of crate?
It is roughly a yard to a side
No
and
beans in the crate,
labelled
then.
beans.
A wave of affirmation rolls from the steward, spiritual equivalent of a nod. Thank you, Steward. See what it is.
The hand left the crate in the hold if you wish to examine it.
Consider it.
Scents of food, salt, spices, and drink mixed with the stale odor of old grass, the musty stink of rats, and the ever-present fragrance of the sea. Cohh's junk rocks gently. And you hear faint whispers, likely the quiet brushing of the wind against the sails. Not far in, you find the crate in question. Its sides split by crowbars. The dry grass used as packing materials spilled across the floor. Within stands an intricately crafted chest of some dark tropical wood. A polished visage peers up at you, triumphant of wild animal faces carved in the swirling Juana style. The front of the chest bears an iron latch affixed to a complex iron mechanism that runs to the top 4 corners of the chest. You see no bolts or keyholes. Examine the carvings. Oh, these are watcher-only checks. Damn. Open it. You turn the latch to the right, and a series of metal arms shift with it. The clasp holding the top of the chest comes free, and you easily lift the lid. Laying within, cradled by dry grass, is an Amawawan head. The mottled flesh of its neck raggedly cut free from the rest of its body, wherever that might be. Choti peers down on the grim cargo. I can't say I was expecting a head. Not even a little. Want me to fetch my lantern? As you peer down at the head, you feel a strange prickling sensation along your skin. Soul energy rises from the crate, throbbing in the air in time with the beating of your heart. It begins to take shape before you.
You can see me! It's really you then! The captain of the Defiance!
I mean, it's Cohh's junk, but... yes.
Oh, this is fantastic! How satisfying it is to know one did not give one's life in vain.
Nani?
I come from the island of Kazuwari, and we need your aid.
How did you come to be dead?
An unfortunate side effect of encountering a swiftly moving blade at roughly shoulder height. Yes. We had to get a messenger to you, but we couldn't let me be seen leaving Kazuwari. An inelegant solution, maybe, but an efficient one.
Wow. I do talk to the living too, you know.
Of course, but anyone can do that. Well, nearly anyone. Not me, because of, you know.
I kind of like this guy.
I came from Kazuwari, where the most skillful hunters, the most hardened explorers, the deadliest warriors all gather to earn the favor of Tawamawai.
Who is worshipped primarily by a small subset of animists. Amawan native to the Deadfire. Hamamawai, sometimes called the faces of the... oh, it's like Gallowayne. Yeah, okay, cool.
But Humaire, the island's caretaker, says the essence that sustains the island has sickened. Curdled, she called it. The animals, the trees, they all churn with anger and fear.
Why ask me? What can I do about what can I do about it that the caretakers can't?
We need a watcher. No one else can talk to souls, Humaire said, and souls are our problem. You're a watcher, right? The watcher, the one who died and lived again, who speaks to the gods. That's the watcher we need.
More like gets spoken at by the gods, but yeah.
I knew it! I knew Humaire wouldn't have lied. You will help, won't you?
What do you need me to do?
Oh, that's fantastic! Thank you! Speak to Humaire at Kazuwari, Watcher. She'll be able to better explain the situation than I am.
Speak with Hamawari. Got it. Where is it?
Kazuwari's a huge island west of Hasango. It's pretty hard to miss, what with the high cliffs and waterfalls. There's one thing you should know. The faces of the hunt jealously control who enters and leaves the island. But there's a waterfall on the southern side of the island that will allow you to sneak in, so long as you're circumspect. I guess you should also know, the island's residents might not take too kindly to your presence if you're found. They're, prickly bunch. But I'm sure that won't be a problem for you.
Before you have a chance to respond to the spirit's warning, you notice Constantine hovering nervously behind you. Need something, bud?
No, you know, I just... Thing is, I might know something about that box there. A little more than something.
Is he in this DLC? Should I bring him? Because then we could actually play with a chanter, and that'd be awesome. Maybe we'll do that.
All I'm saying is, maybe you don't want to touch it. Maybe we tie a
Oh, he
big
is?
rock
Okay,
to
we're
it
totally
and
gonna do
throw
that.
it overboard. Right now.
I'm gonna need a bit more to go on than that.
It's a box with a dead man's head in it.
Actually, there's a spirit in the head, too.
Great. That's great.
You seem to know a lot about this. Why?
Maybe we should talk about it later. You seem to have your hands full.
Hey, hello? I'm still here. Are you going to help us? We could really use the help.
Helping people who don't want my help sounds like fun.
They're really not so bad once you get to know them. They're almost nice.
Nice.
Well, no, that's a lie. But Humare's all right.
Dude, man. Oh, I'm so glad we're doing these DLCs. This is so good.
Once we've arrived, I can help you find your way into the heart of the island. You know, if you want me to. I wouldn't want to presume.
We're gonna bring a head with. Oh, this is so good.
In the meantime, I'll be here. Well, behind you, really, with the rest of the spirits following you around.
Dude, this is like West Marches with me and Zeke again. Awesome. Oh my god, dude. This is so good. This is so good. For those that don't know, my first D&D experience basically ever was on the West Marches. The DM actually was Stephen Lumpkin, who's going to be joining us for our book club this Saturday with The Way of Kings. And Zeke's character and mine were brothers. We were actually dwarven brothers. So what happened is Zeke, during a fight with an owlbear, charged in and just got destroyed by the owlbear. Like, his character just got massacred by this owlbear. So my character, and the show kept going without Zeke's character, my character actually took his brother's head and carries it around in a bag on his belt and talks to it every so often. So, and in one of the episodes, during one of my character's more lucid moments talking to the head, Zeke actually came on the show and played the head talking back to my character. It was awesome. It was so good. Okay. So that is the next DLC. We're not going to do that right now. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Hey, Cat Eating Canary, how you doing today? It was like the first time I played D&D. It was a really good time. Will I bring Idwin to Beast of Winter? No, I don't think so. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Apparently she doesn't have too many lines, and I know it'd be kind of cool if we brought her, but I really don't want two of my class in the team, especially on this difficulty. So we may miss out on a little bit, but that's okay. Okay. Journey to Harbinger's Watch. An expanding iceberg in the southern seas. Ah. Ooh, there we go. Nice. Let's do it. What difficulty are we on? Path of the Damned. Uh-oh. The sea seems fair, but something shifts on the horizon. Deadfire sea is calm, and Cohh's junk cuts smoothly across its surface. Juliak and little Leluca stand near the starboard rail, quietly discussing the safest course to your destination. Handsome Ilium scowls at the horizon. Approach. Whistle along with Beadol. Beadol grins, whistles a bit more loudly, and picks up the pace of the tune. The breeze tugs at your clothes as the salt-laced air shifts. Wind's changing feels ill. A long gray line stretches across the horizon. It seems to shimmer like the air on a hot day. Oh, is this the boat? A quiet rumble rolls across the sea as the line grows. A massive swell of water? Keep us at an angle to that big bastard. Don't let us roll with it. Ooh! Despite the crew's efforts, the wave continues to rise to one side of the ship, even as it vanishes from the other. The deck's angle moves nearer vertical. Oh, no. The swell moves past Cohh, leaving the sea heaving in the wake. As Cohh jumps steady, you regain your feet and take stock of the damage. Beadol clings to the wheel like it might try to fly away. What in God's name was that? Oh, no. And we had an injury, too? Came from the southeastern Deadfire captain. Cohh's junk sails on. Damn, dude. Okay. Let's put her here for now. Do we have another deckhand? Yeah, this guy. Okay. That's unfortunate. Do we have any more ships to kill? Just out of curiosity? I think we got most of them. Oh, Luvatara. We probably got some to turn in, too. We'll do that later, of course, but... Cool.
You find yourself in cold, suffocating darkness.
Oh, here we go.
There is a familiar weight in your hand.
This game is doing everything it can
A
to keep us in the
lantern.
DLC.
It sputters to life, and the world shifts into focus. A staircase spirals endlessly below you. With nowhere else to go, you start down. A wave of blistering heat hits you. Then a sea salt wind. Divine voices boom and screech. Their words shake the platform beneath you, shake the very air around you. The gods are fighting.
Also, fish boobs.
Lay your blame elsewhere, Wodika. I won't suffer your arguments any longer.
Mogren looms large before you, an accusing finger leveled at the melted visage of Wodika. Wodika screws her mouth into a sneer.
You fool! If only we had attacked him when I first proposed it.
Accusations drip bitter as bile from her tongue.
Aethys could be destroying the wheel right now and you're arguing?
You would dare interrupt me?
Wodika extends a hand, looking for a moment like she intends to swat you from the platform. But the pallid knight gives her a long, impassive look, and at last, she jerks her hand away.
Woo! Okay, okay.
The pallid knight looks down at you, a frown etched deep in her otherwise statue-still features.
I am afraid we are not at our best.
Cool.
The Watcher's returned. Perhaps we should hear what he has to say.
Helia's birds chatter anxiously among themselves. Wal's many eyes alight on each god in turn.
We make little enough progress on our own.
Roll your eyes. That's obvious.
Not for lack of trying.
Feathers rise along the crest of Helia's head as she stares pointedly at Mogren.
We try, but agreement eludes us.
Andra's storm-dark eyes swivel to meet yours.
Is there nothing we can do?
Mogren glances at the
Johnson.
pallid knight
Yeah.
from the corner of her eye. After a thoughtful pause, she speaks.
The time has come for us to seize the power we have long left untouched and absorb our scattered children.
What?
Andra nods, her lure bobbing bright.
Terrible though it would be, perhaps you are right.
Didn't Magrin mention this once before?
I did, and I was scolded like a child for my terrible audacity.
A curl of steam rises from her nose. The pallid knight looks on, impassive.
Should we be killed, we may possess the bodies of our godlike children. Or should we face a force too powerful to stand against, we can absorb their souls, granting us additional strength.
What?
Yes. Thousands of their lives would be forfeit to serve the greater good.
The pallid knight speaks with the chilly temperance possessed only by the god of death.
That's horrible.
They are our children. They belong to us. It is their birthright and their destiny. But the time for that plan has long passed us by.
Good.
Are we to keep nothing for ourselves? Not a single secret retained? Not a solitary mystery?
Whale is so pissed. What am I even doing here? What is going on?
Mogren elbows one of Wal's floating eyes away.
Aethys will lay bare our every secret soon enough. What is one or two revealed now? But we get ahead of ourselves. First, the Watcher must get to Ukaizo, and that will be a trial all its own.
Right, because I haven't had one of those lately.
Mogren smiles.
And more are yet to come.
The Guardian of Ukaizo has stood watch over that place for millennia. It will not stand aside, not even for Bareth's herald.
Helia, who had been lost in quiet, anxious conversation with her birds, breaks in.
It yet lives.
Of course. Our progenitors crafted it.
A pair of Helia's finches come to join Wow's floating eye. They hover just out of Mogren's reach and swoop in to poke her when she's not looking.
Aha!
And the Watcher will be forced to reckon with it if he wishes to confront Aethys.
The birds at last linger too long, and Mogren slaps them away. They burst into a cloud of essence, then reform, and fly in a screeching chorus back to Helia.
The Guardian of Ukaizo?
A creature crafted by the Ingwithans to protect the machinery of reincarnation. It doesn't care much for visitors.
Oh.
Will you divulge our every secret to the Kith, Mogren?
Well, dude, I mean, we kind of need to know this stuff. Like, damn it, Whale.
Mogren shrugs.
If it suits me.
Go prepared, Watcher. The Guardian will not stand aside, not even for the Herald of Bareth.
Won't Aethys take care of it?
It is not one of Gallowayne's mindless beasts. It has a heart and a mind, and it will throw neither away to oppose Aethys.
Huh.
And Aethys will not fight the creature. It would prove little more than a distraction for him, especially as my tsunami and Mogren's volcano couldn't stop him.
Why can't you just get rid of it?
It is its own creature, Watcher. It does not listen to us.
Okay.
There is another topic we have yet to address.
The Pallid Knight holds up one gauntleted hand, and the other gods fall silent.
Tell me, Watcher, where do you stand? What do you think of Aethys' scheme to destroy the wheel?
I still don't understand what this all means. What will happen when Aethys destroys the wheel?
The Pallid Knight spreads wide her hands.
Think of the beyond as a reservoir, the in-between as storm clouds, and souls as rain.
Okay.
When a living thing dies, its soul enters the in-between. And when the in-between grows full, it releases souls into the beyond, where they wait to be redistributed to new bodies, new lives.
Okay.
The wheel is the process by which souls are moved from the in-between to the beyond, from the rain cloud to the reservoir, and from the reservoir into the living world.
Okay.
Without the wheel to mediate the transfer and redistribution of souls, the souls of all who die remain in the in-between. And without souls to fill it, the beyond gradually empties, trapping all of the remaining souls in existence in the in-between.
Okay, see, that sounds really bad if I'm understanding this properly.
When the beyond is empty and the last creature on Aora dies, that is the end of everything. It is Rimergon's future, the one he wants for us.
See, this, I don't get this. How did the world exist before the wheel? How did everything function before the Engwithans built the technology to make this happen? Because obviously it's not going to be this, because that's what would have happened before the Engwithans. How does this affect the gods?
Soul essence sustains us. We feed off it, off the little fragments you mortal kiths shed like snakeskin as you pass into your next life.
It just works? No. Okay, people are saying people just die. There's no reincarnation. That makes sense, right? People would just die. So the question then becomes, where do the new souls come from? Because from the sound of what she's saying, the premise is that there's a finite amount of souls, and if they're not placed back into the body, there's never a new soul. That's the weird thing. Because they make the point to say that the Hollowborn crisis used to be a regular thing before the wheel. So where did new souls come from, and why, more importantly, are there never going to be anymore? Somebody said the wheel is a natural phenomenon. No, the wheel is a built machine. So the wheel is a creation by the gods to make this process occur. Huh. Maybe they screwed everything up when they made themselves gods. Maybe. Oh, your question will be answered in the next game. Maybe. Maybe everything I'm talking about right now is what Avowed is going to address. How cool would it be if Avowed took place like right after the wheel got destroyed? How amazing! Like, so like the whole point of Avowed is like figuring out what's going on in this world. Oh my lord. I cannot wait to get more info on Avowed. I cannot wait. Yeah, Lauron, that's my biggest concern. Lauron says Avowed is probably going to be a prequel. I really hope it's not going to be a prequel. I really hope it's not going to be a prequel. Unless they plan on making more Avoweds after this one. Oh, the question is addressed. Talk to Wodika. Thank you. Okay.
Without sustenance, we starve as any mortal might.
We'll do that.
We die and leave a great silence behind, an eternal emptiness from which nothing is born.
I really hope Avowed is like a hugely awesome game and a huge success for Obsidian, because I would love to see Aora get brought back into the limelight. And like, dude, they could make 20 games in this world and I would be thrilled. I love this. I love this the whole lore with this game, with these games. Okay, I think we'll just nod at this.
You see then that we cannot help but argue. The fate of life hangs in the balance, and we are as ever beholden to our natures.
Pointless Venus. Oh, I'm not hyping it up. I'm hoping. That's different than hyping. I'm not saying Avowed's going to be awesome. I'm hoping Avowed is going to be awesome. It's a very different thing.
Tell us, Watcher, where do you stand?
Okay, now we're back to this question. Oh, I follow Josh Sawyer on Twitter. Yeah, he's a super interesting dude. Yeah, I like his random commentaries he throws out on there. Although, is Josh Sawyer working on Avowed? I think he's helping creatively. I don't know if he's like. I'll have to look into this. I want to see like who is actually working on Avowed from the previous games. I don't think he is. I think he's like more of a producer, maybe. I don't know. I'll take a look at it. All right. It's a long time coming. Kith will finally know what a bunch of frauds you all are. With the gods' guidance, we might survive Aethys' plan. You no longer count on the gods for guidance. Yes. Yes.
Perhaps you misunderstand. This is not a test you will overcome on your own. Aethys intends to change the fundamental structure of life and death.
Oh, Sawyer's working on a secret project.
Does that not frighten you? You, Kith, who are most vulnerable?
Fatalism helps no one and solves nothing.
Aethys loves the mortals more than any of us. He has always been their greatest champion. He believes Kith will rise to his challenge. I am not so sure, but I look forward to watching them try.
How did Aethys fool you all? You're the most powerful beings in Aora.
He found our blind spot and exploited it admirably. By the time we even had a hint of what it was he intended, it was already too late to stop him.
If we still had our bodies, we could oppose him.
Wodika balls her bony hands into fists and glares long at Andra.
Do not lay your blame on me. We set them aside after I killed Abaddon, it is true, but you did not fight the decision then.
She turns her back on Wodika then, and looks instead to the pallid night.
What if Aethys is right and Kith succeed in rebuilding the wheel? What then?
Rebuilding the wheel. Human-controlled reincarnation. I don't know, but aren't you curious to find out?
Wal grins.
Always, Watcher.
And what if they fail?
Rimmergan's like, yeah, what if they fail? Go on.
Then they die. And so do we.
Well, to be fair, if the humans rebuilt the wheel, then there's no assurance that the soul would be siphoning to them anyway.
We have to help them.
Helia's voice rises, near to panic. Wodika drives her fist into her hand.
Help them! We should finally bring them to heel!
I don't like Wodika.
The pallid knight raises a hand and stares at Wodika until she falls silent.
Watcher, Aethys yet values your counsel.
Despair everywhere.
The pallid knight's eyes bore into yours.
An impassioned plea from the Hound of Aethys may still temper his actions. Confront him at Ukaizo.
I'll try.
The future of Kith and the gods rests on your shoulders, Watcher, so I hope that you do.
The pallid knight's stern countenance softens.
Time moves swiftly away from us now.
The pallid knight spreads her hands before her.
Go, Watcher. Do what you must.
The edges of your vision begin to dim. Like a sun setting, twilight encroaches on your mind.
What happens if I fail to convince him of anything?
You will not fail.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
The pallid knight conjures a blinding white light in her palm that swiftly grows to engulf the room. Then, the crack of thunder rends the air, and you feel the floor drop out beneath you. You come to flat on your back, staring at an all too familiar ceiling. Alone, once again.
All right, I'm doing this damn DLC. Let's go. I don't follow every stream, but it seems like the Pallid Knight is one of the nicest gods. Well, she's not necessarily nice, but she is the one that brought us back. We are the mission